Welcome back to Dr. Karen's Math Hacks. Today we're going to talk about scientific notation. I know scientific notation is a regular practice, it isn't really a hack, but actually it's the root of one of my favorite ones, which is to ignore zeros until you're done. So let's take a look at them. In science, we often work with numbers that are very large or very small. For example, the mass of an electron is 9.11 times 10 to the minus 31. That means that we take this decimal and we move it over this way 31 times. So that's pretty freaking small. It can also go the other way. For example, the mass of the sun is 2 times 10 to the 24th. That's a 2 with 24 zeros written behind it. It's 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Imagine having to write that every time you want to do something. This is so much easier. Now, when we're working with scientific notation, what we're doing is we're separating the number from the zeros, okay? So that 2 was on one, and then the 24 zeros, we just count them up and put the number down. For example, 5,000 is 5 times 10 to the third. 1, 2, 3. That's where that 3 comes from. We're separating the 5 and the zeros. All right? We can go the other way as well. For example, 0.005 is 5 times 10 to the minus 3. That means we're dividing by 1 with 3 zeros. 1, 2, 3. That gives us the 5, okay? That negative means division. So 5 times 10 to the minus 3 means 5 divided by 1 with 3 zeros. If we do that, we get 0.005. Okay? So that's what the negative means, is we're dividing. The result is that we're moving the decimal this way instead of that way. All right, when we're adding and subtracting with scientific notation, the exponent has to be the same. All right, for example, let's do 2.3 times 10 to the fifth plus 1.4 times 10 to the fifth. Okay? What that actually is 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, we're actually adding these things. If this was to the fourth, we'd be short of 0, which means we'd have to move everything over one spot. All right? So when it's to the fifth, when your exponents are the same, you can add and subtract just by doing the numbers here. 3.7 times 10 to the fifth. All right? If we're subtracting, we would get 0.9 times 10 to the fifth, which is 9 times 10 to the fourth, because we got rid of this decimal. All right, if we were adding, and this was 10 to the fourth, what we'd do is we would make it the same, either by moving this decimal over or moving this decimal over. We could make this 23 times 10 to the fourth, and then add 24.4 times 10 to the fourth, which is 2.44 times 10 to the fifth. Or we could move this one this way, and that would make this to the 5. All right? Then since we want to line up decimals, we'd move it over. Like that. We get the same answer. Now let's look at multiplication and division. Okay. We're going to do 2.8 times 10 to the 5th times 1.4 times 10 to the 4th. Okay? What we do is we multiply these. Okay? So it is, you've got the 2.8, 1.4, it's 392. So we're just looking at this part. And then we add those two. 3.92 times 10 to the 9th. Now let's divide them. All right. Again, we first look at this. We get a 2. And now we subtract these. 5 minus 4 is 1. 20 is our answer. All right, what's going on here when we do that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 10 to the 5th is this. 10 to the 4th is that. We're just crossing off zeros. So once again, if we're going to multiply 2 times 10 to the 3, 6 times 10 to the 5, we get 12 times 10 to the 8, which is 1.2 times 10 to the 9. All right, because we moved it over, got an extra 0. All right, we want to move it over because the standard format for scientific notation is the decimal goes after the first digit. Now let's divide. I'm going to put it backwards here. I'm going to make the numbers a little bit different. All right, so we have 6 times 10 to the 2 divided by 2 times 10 to the 5. So that's 2 is less than 5, right? So we do the division there and we get 3, okay? So now we're looking at this. 2 minus 5 is minus 3. So the answer is 3 times 10 to the minus 3, which is 0 point. We're going to move it over 3 places. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. There's our answer. If you found this video useful, consider subscribing or hitting the like button. I'll be posting another math hack next week.